Okay, gamers, welcome back to the Raccoon Channel, your cozy corner of the internet where we dive into PC, Xbox, PS5, and all the gaming goodness you can handle. Now, you're probably wondering, why is this video 1 hour long? Well, funny story, my broadcast time ran out. Yep. YouTube basically looked at me and said, nope, not today. And guess what? Boom, my channel got demonetized. Cue the tiny violin. But hey, does that stop us? Nope. We're still here, still gaming, and still vibing. So buckle up because today we're checking out new games coming in 2026 and 2027. All right, enough rambling. Let's jump straight in. Alright gamers, buckle up because today we're diving into a game that mixes kung fu, steampunk vibes, and Souls-like brutality all into one gorgeous deadly package. Yep, I'm talking about Phantom Blade Zero. This upcoming fast-paced action RPG is being crafted by the talented folks over at S-Game, the same indie studio behind the Rainblood franchise. And trust me, they're not holding back. This game looks like if a kung fu movie, a gothic fairy tale, and a Souls-like had a baby, and that baby grew up swinging swords faster than I can swipe on TikTok. You'll play as Soul, an elite assassin who's got just 66 days, yep, not 67, not 65, exactly 66 days to cure a fatal wound. And no, you can't just go to the pharmacy. You'll have to slice, dodge, and combo your way through enemies in a semi-open world called The Order. Every fight is like a deadly dance, except if you miss a step, you get wrecked. First revealed at the PlayStation Showcase 2023, Phantom Blade Zero is heading to PS5 and Windows PC, and it's all running on Unreal Engine 5, so yeah, expect it to look chef's kiss amazing. Between the martial arts choreography, the dark cinematic flair, and the brutal real-time combat, this could easily be one of the most stylish action RPGs on the horizon. So, get ready, because Phantom Blade Zero isn't just a game, it's basically a martial arts fever dream come to life. A Night in Paris, the story of Marvel's Blade. In a city bathed in moonlight and absolutely dripping with dread, spooky! Marvel's Blade slashes onto the scene as Arcane Leon's latest deep dive into dark heritage and sharper fangs. And guess what? This time, it's personal. Yep, the masterminds behind Dishonored and Deathloop are back. Arcane Studios, teaming up with Bethesda Softworks, is bringing us the Daywalker himself, Eric Brooks, in a stylish, narrative-rich, third-person vampire hunt across a quarantined Paris. And no, this isn't your average Paris vacation, unless you're into bloodthirsty nightlife. The world got its first taste at the Game Awards 2023, December 7th to be exact, when Arcane dropped that chilling trailer. You know the one. Attention, the sun is currently setting. All citizens are required to shelter indoors. Creepy, right? And yes, I may have instantly locked my windows after watching that. Since then, game directors Dinga Bakaba and Sebastian Maton, along with campaign designer Dana Nightingale, have been sharpening those vampire sticks behind the scenes. Seriously, this production timeline feels like a stealth mission straight out of Dishonored. Now, money talk. Budget-wise, Marvel's Blade is rocking around $109 million. Not too shabby, but hey, compared to Spider-Man 2's rumored $300 million, Blade's basically the thirsty cousin. Still, doesn't mean the Daywalker won't be stylish as heck. So, when do you actually get to whip out those iconic shades and start staking? Arcane hasn't confirmed, but the whispers suggest 2026 or maybe 2027. Insiders are even betting on November 2027. But until then, patience, my vampire hunters. Patience. So Paris, vampires, and a Daywalker with killer style. Count me in. Marvel's Blade is shaping up to be one of Arcane's boldest and bloodiest adventures yet. Marvel took on Fighting Souls, a tag team story. So, picture this. Sony Interactive Entertainment is sitting there like, why shouldn't PlayStation jump into the tag fighter ring? Yeah, midlife crisis vibes, but cooler. Enter Marvel Games, fresh off their Spider-Man victory laps, and since Capcom ghosted the Marvel fighter scene, the door was wide open. Who did they call? ArcSys Works. Yep, the geniuses behind Guilty Gear and Dragon Ball FighterZ. And Sony was like, hey, how about a wild 4-on-4 tag fighter? And ArcSys just grinned an enemy. Their motto, from Japan to the world, which basically means Iron Man now looks like he borrowed Gundam's wardrobe, and Captain America he's basically a shonen protagonist yelling, "Believe in freedom!" Now, for the juicy gameplay. We're talking 2.5D tag battles with stage-smashing wall breaks that literally kick you into new arenas mid-fight. Imagine Spider-Man webbing you so hard, you crash into another zip code. You start with a leader plus 1 assist. And as the fight goes on, you unlock the rest of your 4-person crew, whether by stage transitions, throws, or, let's be honest, getting wrecked. And here's the twist. Your entire team shares a vital gauge health bar. So yeah, your squad is basically one big family. And if one person overeats, everyone's going on a diet. Assist types, shooter, vertical, assault, let you mix up your strategy. Think of it like ordering Marvel heroes like pizza toppings. The roster. At launch, we're looking at Captain America, Iron Man, Miss Marvel, Storm, Star-Lord, Doctor Doom, Spider-Man, and Ghost Rider. Basically a barbecue where half the guests shoot fire. Marvel 闘魂ファイティングソウルズ。プレイステーション。Alright gamers, listen up. Marvel's Wolverine isn't just another superhero game. Oh no, this is a big deal. Wolverine Sparkles. Coming straight from Insomniac Games, the legends behind Marvel's Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales, this beast is being published by Sony Interactive Entertainment, exclusively for the PlayStation 5. Yep, PS5 owners, you just scored bragging rights. It was first announced during the PlayStation Showcase back in September 2021, and the revealed trailer had fans literally howling. And yes, pun totally intended. But here's the juicy part. Wolverine is going for a darker, grittier vibe than Spider-Man. Think less web singing through New York, and more slash first ask questions never with those shiny adamantium claws. Blood. Now, we don't have the release date or full gameplay details yet, but let's be real. If Insomniac made swinging through skyscrapers feel like pure magic, imagine what they'll do when Loken goes full-on berserker mode. I mean, that's gonna be chef's kiss brutal. Fire. Alright gamers and Marvel fans, buckle up. Here's a cinematic look at Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra, a sweeping World War II adventure that throws together Captain America, the era's Black Panther, a Wakandan spy, and a Howling Commando. Yep, it's basically the Avengers but in sepia tone. So picture this. The darkest days of World War II. Hydra is rising with terrifying power and honestly with a pretty questionable sense of fashion. I mean, green flannels in Paris, Hydra, sweetie? No. Our story kicks off in occupied Paris. A young Steve Rogers, yes, pre-America's Dad vibes, finds himself teamed up with Azuri, the Black Panther of the 1940s. That's right, T'Challa's grandpa, people. Nothing screams trust like two super soldiers shoved together by fate and global war. And they're not flying solo. Enter Gabriel Jones, sharpshooter and Howling Commando, plus Nanali, the Wakandan spy who knows Paris better than Hydra knows how to accessorize. Together, this quartet dives headfirst into intrigue, sabotage, and shadowy nighttime chases. Like an old-school war thriller, but with way more capes and definitely fewer black and white photos. Now, who's pulling the strings behind this cinematic gem? Developer Skydance New Media, yes, founded by Amy Hennig, the brilliant line behind Uncharted, with Julian Beek co-leading. Publisher, that's Plaion, locking in the global release deal back in 2024. Writers, Amy Hennig and Mark Burnett, who apparently spent a whole year in the story mines. I'm imagining them with lanterns, pickaxes, and a lot of coffee. Producers, Hennig and Beek again. Composer, Stephen Martin, laying down those dramatic era-appropriate vibes. And yep, it's all built in Unreal Engine 5, giving us visuals so photoreal you'll swear Cap's shield glare just burned your retinas. Originally planned for 2025, but now sliding into early 2026 because, hey, good things take time. Maybe they're just fixing Hydra's historically inaccurate or joke choices. Who knows? Platforms, not fully confirmed yet, but expect PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. Basically, if your console doesn't sound like a jet engine, you're good to go.
Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. This high-speed kart racer comes from Sega Hardlight and, of course, our pals at Sega, who decided Sonic and the crew weren't running fast enough, so they threw them into go-karts. Because why sprint when you can drift with style, right? Launched in 2020 as an Apple Arcade exclusive, Crossworlds takes place inside a wild digital dimension called, well, the Crossworlds. Super original, I know. Here, Dr. Eggman, 'cause who else, teams up with Dodonpa. Yes, that chicken villain from Sonic Riders. I mean, out of all the villains in the Sonic universe, they brought back the chicken. Together, they cook up a holographic racing tournament, and it's up to Sonic and his friends to drift, boost, and absolutely obliterate their way through. Think Team Sonic Racing means Mario Kart, but with its own flashy twist, slick controls, and team-based mechanics that keep things spicy. And honestly, you gotta love the storyline, because nothing screams ultimate evil plan like Eggman trying to conquer the universe through a racing league. Forget robots, forget world domination. This man just wants a shiny gold trophy. So yeah, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds isn't just about going fast. It's about going fast with friends, feathers, and a whole lot of chaos.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin. Picture this, a dystopian New York City, the Foot Clan in control, and, gulp, only one turtle left standing. He's rocking all four brothers' weapons, fueled by vengeance, and carrying a whole lot of trauma. Basically, it's the Ninja Turtles, but make it emo. Turtle Skull, The story first kicked off as a 5-issue comic series from IDW Publishing between 2020 and 2022, written by Kevin Eastman and Tom Waltz. Eastman and Peter Laird, the OG Turtle creators, dreamed up the story, while a killer team of artists like Esau and Isaac Escorza, Ben Bishop, and Eastman himself brought it to life. Critics loved it, fans obsessed. The Roninverse? Dark, emotional, and surprisingly stylish. Now let's talk game mode. From sewer lair to your living room. The Last Ronin video game is in the works, developed by Black Force Games and published by THQ Nordic. Think God of War 2018 vibes, but with more pizza references. Pizza. It's a single-player, third-person action RPG set to hit PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Development journey, well, let's just say it's been a roller coaster. March 2023, Paramount Global confirms the project. Turtle fans go wild. August 2023, boom, official reveal. Black Forest Games developing, THQ Nordic publishing. Hype through the roof. January 2024, layoffs hit the dev team hard. Like 50% hard? Yikes.
Not in a hurry because northbound is backed up all the way to 18th Street, and the southbound ain't
Invincible vs. A brutal tag team brawl in the Superworld. In the year 2026, get ready to unleash your inner Viltrumite, because Invincible vs. is about to crash land on Windows, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. And trust me, this game has more glorious red than your Landry after a nosebleed. This isn't just another fighter. It's the debut of Quarter Up, Skybound Games' first in-house studio. And these devs, they don't just play fighting games, they breed them. Seriously, they probably dream in 12-hit combo strings and wake up craving pixelated blood splatter. Leading the charge is Mike Willett. Yep, the same guy who helped reboot Killer Instinct. Now he's here to crank the brutality dial up to 11. You'll be smashing heads with teams of invincible characters. Invincible himself, Omni-Man, Adam Eve, Bulletproof, Thula, and yes, Battle Beast has officially joined the roster, fresh from SDCC. And the best part? The entire cast from the animated series is back. Steven Yeun, J.K. Simmons, meaning your punches are gonna sound as powerful as they feel. Gameplay? It's savage. The new Omni tag system lets you swap mid-combo for ridiculous chain attacks. Or, if you're slick enough, you can counter-tag to escape. Though, let's be real, you'll probably just eat the combo like a champ. Battles take place in destructible arenas straight out of the Invincible universe. And when it's time to finish the fight, overkill finishers don't just end matches, they basically turn your opponent into, abstract art. Gory, messy, beautiful art. And yeah, there's more. Cinematic story mode, arcade, training, plus rollback netcode to keep online battles smooth. Even when you're too distracted watching your health bar disappear in a glorious geyser of blood. So, grab your controllers, sharpen those reflexes, and get ready for Invincible vs. This isn't just a game, it's a blood-soaked family reunion with punching. Lots of punching. Star Wars Eclipse is an upcoming action-adventure game set during the High Republic era. Yeah, that's hundreds of years before Luke, Leia, and the whole Skywalker drama even kicks off. This one's being crafted by Quantic Dream, the masterminds behind story-driven hits like Detroit Become Human and Heavy Rain. So you already know, we're talking about a game where your choices actually matter. And the cherry on top, it's published in collaboration with Lucasfilm Games, so you can bet it's gonna stay true to that epic Star Wars magic. Now here's what makes this game shine. Branching storylines where your decisions literally shape the galaxy's fate. The trailer teased jaw-dropping visuals, mysterious new characters, and huge interplanetary conflicts. Basically, it's the kind of game that'll have you screaming, "Just one more choice!" at 3 a.m. But here's the kicker. It's still in early development. Yeah, no official release date yet. Sad Jedi noises. Oh, and don't go looking for Luke, Leia, or Vader in this timeline. They're not around yet. But, hey, at least Jar Jar Binks isn't here to accidentally ruin everything again. Small victories, right? So what do you think? Will Star Wars Eclipse live up to the hype, or will it get lost in hyperspace? Drop your thoughts below, and may the Force be with you.
You're listed here as a private investigator. What does that sort of work entail?
Depends on the night. Most nights it's watching, waiting for a slip-up.
The Wolf Among Us 2 is finally on its way. Developed once again by Telltale Games, the absolute masters of narrative-driven chaos, this long-awaited sequel brings back our favorite sheriff, Big B Wolf. You know, the guy with anger issues and, let's be honest, probably the worst dental plan in gaming history. Now, this time, it's powered by Unreal Engine, so expect sharper visuals, juicier choices, and a noir atmosphere so gritty you'll need a broom just to sweep it off your screen. And yes, your choices from the first game still matters, so if you once threw someone through a wall just to make a point, guess what? Big B still remembers and probably isn't sending you a Christmas card. Oh, and here's the best part. Telltale actually finished the game before announcing it. Yep, which means you don't have to wait until the next Ice Age to play it. PC, consoles, it's all happening. Get ready, because the big bad wolf is back, and this time, he's dressed in 4K.
Your boss, Miss White, said things didn't go as planned. She mentioned that there was some violence. In the moments when you find yourself losing control. How does the anger manifest itself?
Why'd you defect?
I didn't.
Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. Step into the jungle once again because Snake is back and, yep, he's still cooler than any of us hiding behind a houseplant. Developed by Konami and powered by Unreal Engine 5, this remake reimagines the legendary 2004 classic Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, originally brought to life by the genius Hideo Kojima and his team. But here's the twist. This isn't just a fancy remaster. Nope. It's rebuilt from the ground up with jaw-dropping visuals, enhanced sound design, and, drumroll, the original cast lending their voices once again. Yep. Nostalgia and next-gen power. Published by Konami Digital Entertainment, it's dropping on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. And trust me, this Cold War-era espionage thriller still backs enough drama, stealth, and survival mechanics to make you feel like a super spy. Or at least like you could sneak into your kitchen at 3 a.m. without waking up the dog. So, whether you're a veteran fan ready to relive Snake's iconic mission, or a total newcomer curious about why everyone's so obsessed with eating snakes and frogs, this remake is shaping up to be a must-play stealth action experience. Just remember, Snake can eat frogs. You? Maybe stick to snacks that don't hop away.
I've been waiting, Snake. Waiting for your birth, your growth, and the finality of today.
Here's a cinematic look at Step aside, Sherlock Holmes. There's a brand new detective in town, and he's only 3 inches tall. Mouse P.I. for hire. This quirky indie adventure, crafted by Cheddarbox Studios and published by Whiskerworks Interactive, hit PC and consoles in 2024. And trust me, it's one case you don't want to miss. You'll slip into the trench coat of a sharp-witted mouse detective navigating a city crawling with shady rats, sneaky cats, and pigeons who definitely know more than they're letting on. Built on Unity, the game oozes style with hand-drawn cartoon visuals and a jazzy soundtrack straight out of a smoky 1940s detective bar. The gameplay mixes classic point-and-click sleuthing, clever puzzle solving, and yes, cheese-fueled chase scenes. Pro tip, the more Gouda you stack, the faster you dash. Critics are raving about its witty writing, immersive noir atmosphere, and even its heartfelt story about loyalty, trust, and how sometimes even the smallest hero can make the biggest impact. And hey, why did the mouse detective refuse to take the cheese bribe? Because it smelled like a stinky setup. Jeez.
His parents cut their own rope to save him. He watched them fall, then found his way off that mountain. He was 11 years old.
007 First Light. Imagine James Bond like you've never seen him, just 26 years old, fresh out of the Royal Navy, still figuring out how to disappear into the shadows, and more importantly, how not to sound awkward when flirting with his enemies. Spoiler alert, he's still working on both. One act of insane bravery drops him straight into MI6's toughest training program. His mission? Track down a rogue agent with the help of his grumpy, reluctant mentor, Greenway. What follows is Bond's journey to earn his license to kill, complete with high-speed chases, fancy gadgets that definitely need more batteries, and witty banter sharp enough to cut glass. His supervisors call him a bullet without a gun. But Bond quickly learns that sometimes the best weapon is showing up in a tux and pretending you have a plan. After all, being a spy is 90% finesse and 10% trying not to trip over your own tie.
behind the scenes. This secret mission comes straight from IO Interactive, the Danish masterminds behind the Hitman series. First teased way back in 2020 as Project 007, it finally went full production after Hitman 3 wrapped up. And yes, fans lost their martinis when it was fully revealed during Sony's State of Play in June 2025. Built on IOI's Glacier engine, the game blends cinematic storytelling with stealthy gameplay that feels like Bond, but with a scrappy, not quite polished edge. You'll see reimagined takes on M, Q, and Moneypenny, all shaping young Bond's path. Expect missions that let you choose your style: stealth, charm, distractions, or gadgets that look slick until you realize, oh wait, this thing needs AAA batteries. Classic. Game release info. Bond's first break is scheduled for 2026, launching on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and even Nintendo Switch 2, because apparently spies need portability too. And here's the kicker. IOI isn't stopping at one game. This is planned as the start of a full trilogy. Yep, you'll literally get to grow up with Bond, awkward flirt phase, and all. So are you ready to experience James Bond's first light? Before the shaken martinis, before the iconic theme music, before he mastered the art of the smoldering stare? Buckle up, agents, because this is Bond just getting started.
PlayStation.
All right, gamers, buckle up because we're diving headfirst into the sun-soaked chaos of Grand Theft Auto VI. Rockstar Games is finally pulling back the curtain on their next blockbuster set in Leonita, a fictional state clearly inspired by Florida. Yep, expect beaches, gators, and probably way too many people in flip-flops. I mean, dude, it's GTA. GTA 6 drops May 26, 2026, exclusively on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. Sorry, PC players, maybe in 2030. The story? Oh, it's spicy. We follow Jason Duval, an ex-military drug runner, and Lucia Caminos, fresh out of prison. Basically a modern-day Bonnie and Clyde. Together, they tear through Vice City's neon streets, swampy grass rivers, and even the Lenita Keys. Think palm trees, fast cars, and more crime than your average Florida headline. Now, the tech side, development kicked off way back around 2017 because, Rockstar likes to take their sweet time. Built on the Rage engine, expect insane graphics, jaw-dropping draw distances, and, get this, rumors of a $200 million budget just for water physics. That's right, waves and splashes cost more than my entire college tuition. Pretty crazy stuff, right? But hey, perfection takes time. Originally teased for 2025, the launch got delayed to 2026 because Rockstar refuses to service half-baked chaos. Honestly, I respect that. And speaking of money, rumor has it GTA 6 might become the most expensive game ever with a $1 to $2 billion development budget. So don't be surprised if the base edition costs $100. Yeah, your wallet's already crying, isn't it? Of course, Take-Two confirmed there'll be no Game Pass or PS Plus Day 1 deals. Rockstar knows we'll sell our kidneys to play this thing. Meanwhile, the fan community is in full detective mode, rebuilding the map from leaks, trailers, and screenshots like it's some kind of criminal CSI. The hype is real, folks. So, whether you're here for the story, the tech, or just to see how much chaos you can cause with a golf cart in Vice City, GTA 6 is shaping up to be a game changer. And hey, if Rockstar spent $300 million on water physics, I swear the first thing I'm doing is cannonballing into the ocean. The Cube. So, who's behind this mind-bending cube of madness? None other than Mundfish. Yep, the same folks who gave us Atomic Heart. This time, they're not just developing it, they're publishing it too. Talk about going full cube power.
Now, before you get too excited, hold your horses. Or your cubes. The game isn't out yet. It was revealed at Summer Game Fest 2025. And for now, it's just sitting on Steam, waiting for you to hit that shiny wishlist button. Go ahead. You know you wanna. So, what is the cube? Well, imagine this. Part MMO, part RPG shooter, sprinkled with that quirky atomic heart energy. You're basically surviving on a giant rotating Rubik's Cube, where the faces and environments keep flipping around in real time. Yeah, good luck not getting motion sick. Picture it, a floating structure made of planetary fragments, shifting biomes, epic bosses, and NPCs so weird you'll double take. I mean, snipers in space helmets? Gold-plated androids? This game's got more drip than my fridge water filter. But here's the real kicker. Mundfish is flexing big time with their proprietary split rendering system. Translation, thousands of objects moving around at once, all with realistic physics, gravity, and ballistics, even in multiplayer chaos. Basically, your PC is about to cry, but in a good way. And the best part? The cube isn't just ambitious, it's cheeky. The whole rotating world is literally designed to troll flat earthers. CEO Robert Bagratuni even said the ambition is comparable to Crysis back in 2007. Bold claim, but hey, it's not a sandbox. It's a cube. Welcome back, gamers. Today, we're diving into Clockwork Revolution, a steampunk epic that's basically what happens when Victorian fashion collides with brass-powered chaos and a whole lot of time travel. So, picture this. You're in Avalon, a glamorous, gear-grinding metropolis where the elite rock shiny clockwork prosthetics, sip tea like royalty, and have robot butlers folding their socks. But behind all the glitter, a power-hungry villainess named Lady Ironwood, who, oh yeah, can literally mess with time to keep the rich rich and the poor, well, you get it. That's where you come in, armed with the chronometer, a time-bending gadget straight out of a mad scientist dream. You can shift the past, butterfly effect the present, and basically make history your playground. Want to rewind a grenade midair? Done. Want to rebuild debris into instant cover? Easy. You're basically Tracer, but in a corset with a Gatling gun. Speaking of which, weapons? Oh, they're wild. Revolvers, lever-action rifles, Gatling guns, all dripping with gears, brass, and enough steam to power a locomotive. Plus, character creation is delightfully quirky. Yes, you can rock a handlebar mustache that would make any steampunk aristocrat jealous. Now, let's talk devs. This beauty comes from inXile Entertainment, under the wing of Xbox Game Studios. It's their first true AAA project. Ambitious, massive, and crafted by veterans Chad Moore and Jason Anderson, the brilliant minds behind the classic Arcanum. They've even teamed up with Shapeshifter Games, bringing in ex-Volition talent to crank the gears even harder. First teased in the Xbox Game Showcase 2023, it got a massive spotlight again in 2025 with a meaty gameplay trailer. And while we don't have an exact release date yet, it's set to drop sometime in 2026. And yes, day one on Game Pass. Cue Happy Dance. And honestly, none of this would even exist without inXile's legendary Wasteland 2 Kickstarter back in the day, the Hail Mary that saved a studio and paved the way for this time-bending steampunk extravaganza. So get ready, folks. Clockwork Revolution isn't just another RPG. It's gears, grit, and good old-fashioned temporal chaos, and I cannot wait to mess up history in the most stylish way possible.
I don't deal with domesticated...
Hey, the fuck? I ain't got no master, but I do have your little...
All right, space travelers, buckle up, because today we're diving into one of gaming's most legendary roller coasters, Beyond Good and Evil 2. Yep, the game that's been teased longer than some of us have even been alive. Okay, maybe not, but it feels like it. Origins and concept. It all started way back in 2003 with the original. We followed Jade, a photojournalist with a camera sharper than most swords, uncovering corruption on the alien world of Hillies. Michelle Ancel drew inspiration from politics, media paranoia, and even Hayao Miyazaki. Translation? Big feelings, big ideas, and yes, talking pig uncles. Development journey. Fast forward to 2007, then 2008, and finally, E3 2017. Ubisoft drops a cinematic trailer so jaw-dropping, half the audience forgot how to blink. Alongside that, the Space Monkey program was born, letting fans toss in their art and music. Cool idea, but some folks were like, wait, are we working for free? The prequel twist. Plot twist. Instead of a sequel, we're getting a massive prequel set in System 3. Picture this. You're not Jade, you're a space pirate. Human, hybrid, or whatever sci-fi concoction you dream up. And the best part? You and your ragtag crew can hop between planets and cities seamlessly. That's right, no loading screens, just pure cosmic freedom. Tactoc, the Voyager engine. To build this galaxy, Ubisoft Montpellier cooked up the Voyager engine. Part handcrafted art, part procedural generation. Basically, it's like Bob Ross met Elon Musk in space. Beautiful, but also terrifyingly ambitious. Community drama and leadership chaos. Now, here's where things get messy. Michelle Ancel, the big creative mind, pieced out in 2020. Reports later suggested a tiny bit of chaos under his leadership. And by tiny, I mean development hell on steroids. Add in a tragic creative director loss in 2023 and, ouch. So, what's Beyond Good and Evil 2 in a nutshell? A galaxy-size action-adventure RPG full of pirates, hybrids, co-op exploration, and ties to Jade's story. It's ambitious, it's chaotic, and it might actually happen one day. Maybe. Hopefully. Please, Ubisoft. So, whether it releases tomorrow or in another decade, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is a legend in its own right, equal parts masterpiece in the making and the ultimate cosmic waiting game. Now tell me, would you crew up as a human, a hybrid, or something in between? Drop your pirate name in the comments below because I'm calling dibs on Captain Snackbeard.
My dad tells stories of a terrible war that happened across the sky. Heroes fought and died to give us a chance to start over. All that I know from their Earth are the creatures they sent along with us.
This is the highly anticipated sequel to the massively popular ARK Survival Evolved, crafted by Studio Wildcard with a little help from Grove Street Games and Instant Games, and published by Snail Games USA. Yup, the crew's back, and they're bringing even bigger dinos, shinier graphics, and a whole lot of prehistoric chaos, thanks to Unreal Engine 5. Oh, and did I mention Vin Diesel is in it? Yeah, that's right. Mr. Fast and Furious himself plays Santiago, a key character in the story, and serves as executive producer. So expect survival with a side of family memes. Now, unlike the first game, ARK 2 is leaning hard into storytelling. Think open world survival plus RPG style progression, intense melee combat, and a cinematic narrative set in a mysterious prehistoric world. Basically, it's survival, but make it epic. It was originally planned for 2022, but surprise, it got delayed because, well, making a next-gen dinosaur survival RPG with Vin Diesel apparently takes time. Don't worry though, it's now set to stomp onto Xbox Series X and S and PC, launching as an Xbox console exclusive, and yep, it's coming to Game Pass day one.
So get ready to craft, tame, and probably scream when a T-Rex sneaks up on you. Arc 2 is here to evolve survival into something bigger, bolder, and definitely wilder. Let's just hope Vin Diesel teaches us how to tame a raptor with family values.
It's only human to hope. I hoped for a world of love and peace. But as darkness silently crawled around, that world was gone without a whisper.
Okay, gamers, buckle up, because today we're diving into a cosmic tale that could have blown our minds, but sadly, it never saw the light of day. Yep, this is the story of Astropulsion Reincarnation, the sci-fi epic that was so ambitious it basically tried to rewrite Earth's history. And trust me, it's wild. Imaginary Studios, led by former Blizzard artist Wei Wang, had this massive vision, a third-person shooter action RPG dripping with cosmic mystery. And not just a game, oh no, this was supposed to be a whole universe. We're talking comics, short films, graphic novels, the works. Basically the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but with aliens, mutants, and a sprinkle of cosmic horror. The story? Chef's Kiss. It kicks off with a meteor crash. Not last week, not last year, but 250 million years ago. This space rock brought with it a force called Astropulse, a cosmic energy that messed with Earth's evolution, triggered catastrophes, and spawned all kinds of creepy new life forms. Fast forward to the future, and Earth is now, well, let's just say it's less planet Earth and more planet Nope. Our hero, Hall, a survivor, a nomad, and basically the guy you'd want in your apocalypse squad. After losing his family to something called the V-Virus, seriously, why is it always a virus? Hall rebuilds his vintage ride and hits the road. Along the way, he teams up with warriors, renegades, and honestly, probably the weirdest party of companions since Guardians of the Galaxy. Except, you know, less jokes, more eldritch horror. And the end game? Oh, it was big. Hall and his crew were set to face an undead army crawling out of Antarctica's icy depths. Yeah, you heard that right. Deathless soldiers, frozen wastelands, cosmic vengeance, the whole 9 yards. The goal? To end the Astropulse once and for all, and maybe, just maybe, save humanity. But here's the cosmic plot twist. The game never made it. Despite jaw-dropping concept art and Unreal Engine 5 cinematics that looked like wallpaper-worthy masterpieces, Astropulse Reincarnation was canceled before it even hit production. Imaginary Studios closed its doors, leaving behind only fragments of what could have been one of the most epic sci-fi stories in gaming history. So yeah, Astropulse Reincarnation may be gone, but its legacy lives on in concept art, cinematic tests, and of course, our imagination. Honestly, if anyone out there wants to resurrect this game, please do. Gamers are waiting. Cosmic horror and mutant armies were so in. Anyway, that's the tale of the game that could have changed the stars, but instead crashed back down to Earth. Thanks for watching, and hey, don't forget to like, sub, and drop your thoughts in the comments. If you were Hall, would you dare to fight an undead Antarctic army, or would you just stay home with hot cocoa? Be honest.
Rise, be my wrath, my